What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video, where we are recapping some of the best Town Hall 11 attacks by CruncHTimE in their Champions War League matchup against King Jeffrey. An agonizing loss for CruncHTimE. It was such an amazing season, but this playoff match just didn't quite go their way. A 99% at Town Hall 12, but King Jeffrey managed to convert one of them and did go ahead to win the war. If you are interested in joining CruncHTimE, they will be bouncing back from this, applying next season. Who knows how high they could go. Maxed Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 players. All of the information you need is at the top of your screen there, but let's get into today's attacks. Alrighty guys, diving into the first attack, we have the BoWitch. Now we have a bit of variety for you today. We have this BoWitch attack, followed by miners, a LavaLoon, and then the Hog Riders. You can see the wall wrecker within the army composition. That's very important to get right the way through the base. And we do have the healers here as well, which is basically going to allow us to do that queen walk into the BoWitch itself. So a couple of balloons come in first to take out the mortar. They do lure a baby dragon out of the CC, but basically that allows us to cut the funnel on the right hand side here, so we can charge the queen down towards 6 o'clock. She is able to strip off a couple of defenses as we do that. In comes the golem to protect the wall wrecker. Basically you want to enable that to get as far through the base as possible with the BoWitch, especially with the multi-inferno sitting at the top. Now it is important that you set off the funnel at either side, so we've cut out the right hand side of the base. We are doing that as well on the left here with this big kill squad, so we can force our main pack through the middle of the base. Out comes the rest of the CC troops alongside the giant bomb. That is a prime time for us to be using that Grand Warden's ability before the ball is split into a lot of different directions, so we were able to protect a lot of troops within that ability before they basically moved off. We get right the way through to the eagle. Now that's pretty much as far as we ever would need to get on this base, because we can take out the main defenses within the base itself. And you can see the bounce value that we're getting from the bowlers here, from that X-bow sniping off that archer tower on that left hand side. And that was true for a lot of these buildings. You can see at the top almost getting that archer tower as well, but the bowlers got very good value in the center of the base, and we still have the healers. So as soon as we're able to crack out of the middle here, we literally just have to follow around the outside of the base and take out the rest of them defenses, and we still have that queen's ability. Now that's something with the BoWitch that if you've protected that queen correctly, which you should have, especially if you've brought in the healers, you'll probably find that because she's a ranged troop, you have the golem, the wrecker in front of her. You do not want to press that ability if you can help it. You want to save it for the back end here, because this tends to be what happens on a BoWitch. They run out of steam towards the end. So a beautiful attack there, getting the job done. Let's move down to base number 7, where we had the miner attack. Now the miners is something again that you have to set up the funnel correctly. You need to control the miners into the base, and you can see a fantastic job at doing that on this one. A P.E.K.K.A used right on the left hand side. That's always a troop that you might not want to forget about, guys. It's able to tank for quite some time, take out some of the defenses, and it will go for any building irrespective. So it's actually quite a good funneling troop in some situations, able to create that funnel at the bottom here so that the queen can come right into that compartment where the multi is. The enemy queen is there. Obviously there's a lot of other point defenses down here as well. We can take out this section of the base, and we're basically carving a path for the miners. So once we've carved out this left hand side of the base, you can see a couple of troops just literally brought in, probably just had the odd archer left over, might as well start the funnel at the top, but then in comes the king with the wizards and a couple of minions to create the funnel at the top here. So this side comes out, queen does her job here, therefore the miners can stick through the defenses right through the middle of the base, and that's exactly what you need to be doing with the miners, keeping them controlled through the center and trying to basically keep them on the defenses. as you can see on this one, that is exactly what the case is. There's no high HP storages or anything like that in the center of the base. The miners can come right the way through, and we're just using them heal spells in the areas where we have them splash damage defenses, the bomb towers, the wizard towers. If you can get onto the eagle artillery relatively quickly with the miners, or potentially even take that as part of your kill squad, then you want to try and do that. The eagle is probably the main thing against the miners at Town Hall 11 in my opinion, but on this one the queen is still going strong down there at the south of the base. The funnel was set beautifully with the king at the top, letting the miners do their job through the center, and when you can do that, the miners will work well. Again, you can see the high HP storages on the outside. We weren't going to be trapped on them with any kind of splash damage around us, so the miners could do their job right the way through the center, and that's probably the single most important thing with miners, just keeping them on the defenses and keeping their pathing controlled through the base, and that was a fantastic example of that. So moving down to the LavaLoon, this is base number 8, then we have the Hog Rider attack. Now if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and let me know which attack you enjoyed the most down in the comments. I am hoping to bring you as much content as we can from CruncHTimE, and again, thank you for letting me do this, guys. I am a massive fan of them. They're absolutely beasts. Cannot believe it just didn't quite go their way this time, but they'll be coming back bigger and stronger than ever. The Stone Slammer is, in my opinion, the best siege machine in the game right now, just because it opens up the walls so well, and it can basically tank for quite some time, take out some defenses as well. And in this one, because we didn't need to get, let's say, right into the center of the base here with our kill squad, we only needed to get into these first couple of compartments. We can still reach what we needed to from these. Then we don't have to necessarily worry about the wall wrecker. In that first attack where we had the BoWitch come right the way through, that's when you need the wrecker, because the Stone Slammer obviously cannot open up that many walls, but if it's just getting into that little bit of the base, that's exactly what it is good for. Now again, with any LavaLoon attack, we've carved out this section of the base now, so we can control the Lalo around the base itself. We do get trapped on this air sweeper initially, but it's not going to be that big of an issue. We're quickly out of that area, and we don't have to worry about the sweeper. Now for any LavaLoon attack, that is clearly what you want to try and do. Avoid them sweepers and press the balloons through as quickly as possible. Nice use of the Grand Warden's ability there, right as we came through to that multi. We do have the Wizard Tower as well, but able to get over the top of that nice and quick. We do use the heal spell as well, because we have quite a lot of loons in that area. We might as well heal them up in that position, because you don't need to have a lot of health on your loons coming to the back end. We've got the haste spell to get them through that wizard tower. Yes, there are commonly red air bombs with the wizard towers, but we had more than enough to get the job done there. And honestly, I always like to see a good Lalo attack, and that one, especially with that Stone Slammer, like I said, it can be used with the Lalo, it can be used as part of the kill squad. It's going to be very helpful. And a little heads up, guys, I have recorded a video from this war as well, basically talking about the Stone Slammer and a few different options, so be sure to be on the lookout for that one. So final attack of the video, Nathan here getting it done, using the minion just to help with the funnel a little bit. We're coming in from this right hand side with the golems and the wizards, and with 2 golems you can expect to get quite far into the base. Again, you need to think about your kill squad, how much you're actually investing in that and how much value you want to get. So with 2 golems, we obviously had to create the funnel on either side here, so taking out obviously the left and the right, and then basically the golems can redirect into the base here with our wall wrecker. So basically with 2 golems you're wanting to take out pretty much all of this, and then you can see how there's not a lot left in the base, After that, there's a multi-inferno, but that is it. Queen goes down, CC goes down, Eagle is down here. What a beautiful kill squad. There's not really too much left. The Hog Riders can now be controlled right the way around the base. Obviously, the core of the base is down. The defenses on the outside are exactly where the Hog Riders will go, so the heal spells can quite easily be placed. Obviously you can see Wizard Tower, Multi. These are the areas you're going to want to use them heal spells, guys, and places where there's giant bombs. And you can see just a couple of Hog Riders can be helpful if there's any buildings on the outside. So for example, the mortar that was there, the cannon over on the left here, if you can send in just a few Hog Riders, it keeps the rest of your hogs in the base itself onto the defenses. You've got to think that if they have to come out of the base to come back in, it's just not as efficient, and they will be taking more damage as they're doing that as well. Continuing with the heal spells here, Nathan has so many Hog Riders left. Obviously, if you do know there's a lot of skeleton traps and they're going to be on your hogs the whole time, you can factor in poison spells to take them out. And clearly, once the hogs have taken out defenses in an area, get them wizards, the goblins, whatever cleanup troops you have, bring them in, guys. They will help to make sure that you don't time fail. You definitely do not want to, like me in the last war that I was in. Time failed with hogs. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Some fantastic attacks on display. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do so just to the what side of it? It's my right, but it's your left on the video, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. Until next time, peace out.